Well, hello, YouTube. Steve Patton with General Patton Bushcraft back with you, friends. I'm back out in the backyard, and friends, we got some severe winter weather going on in the United States of America. And today I wanted to show you how to build this simple rocket stove, friends. This could even be done indoors. This one's made out of bricks. I know a lot of the bushcrafters out there are using the Swedish torch and the rocket stoves out of wood logs. But I'm doing a suburban survival rocket stove out of bricks. Ladies, you can make this too. Stay with me. I'm going to show you how to make it.
Thank you so much for stopping by General Patton's Bushcraft and Self-Reliance on YouTube. I appreciate everything you do for the channel and all your support.
All right, friends, this is the rocket stove made out of bricks. Super inexpensive. I think these bricks are only 78 cents a piece or so. Imagine a lot of you have bricks on hand already, but this is super easy to make, and you can cook on it. You could also use it for a heater. Let's deconstruct it and build it back together. 24 bricks stacked 4 in a square, 6 high. Super simple. Let's deconstruct this one and build it back. Okay, friends. You can see this opening in the bottom to allow for air to come up through there. You can see this screen sticking out right there. That's where we're going to put the wood on when we build this thing back. I got my Dutch oven ready to go. We'll boil some water. I have this metal grate for the top. You don't have to have that, but 24 bricks. Let's just deconstruct this, build it back. Super simple, friends. You can see the screen there. This is a collapsible folding screen that I keep in my backpack. I'm going to use it here just to set our wood on. We'll build our fire up through, and we'll see how well this thing works. Rocket stove made out of bricks. You can already see the simple design of it. Okay, friends, I do have this piece of granite as a base. It's not necessary, but if you don't want to have any black marks or scorch marks, maybe think about putting something underneath. It's not necessary, but let's go ahead and let's put 4 bricks down. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stand them up. I'm going to move this back a little bit. All right, that's the basic design right there, friends. That's the pattern we're going to use, and we're just going to build up. All right, we're ready for our second layer. And what we're going to do now is this joint here, we're going to lay a brick across there. This joint, like so. Just reverse the pattern. Now, this one, I'm going to go ahead and slide it out. Like so, to give me an opening here for some airflow. We'll build this up like that. This brick would come across here like so. I'm going to pull it out like that to allow this Nice doorway, nice opening for oxygen to come in. So now we'll put one here to hold that. Come across this way. Like so. 1, 2, 3. We're 3 bricks high. I'm going to go a fourth one, fourth stack, just reversing the pattern design so we put some weight across these joints here. This is where I'm going to go ahead and put the screen, just like so. Super simple design, friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. We're going to go one more. Now, you can lower this screen if you want to. After looking at it, friends, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this screen down one. So just simply unstack these. Put our screen there. Restack them. Alternate your pattern so it locks in these joints. There we go, friends. Actually looks pretty cool. Now, I do have this cast iron grate we could put on top. My Dutch oven can go just like that. There it is, the brick rocket stove. All right, let's get a fire in there, see how well it works. These pine cones are good. We'll use those pine cones. Let's pull off the old Dutch oven. Let's pull off this metal grate. We'll stuff some ponderosa pine needles down in there. All right, we got our pine needles. Put our fines, small sticks on top. Well, now that we move the screen down to the third level, we have more room for some larger sticks that'll fit in there. Like that. Thing has drawn oxygen nicely through here, right up through, creating that rocket stove effect. And that's why it's called a rocket stove. Looks like a rocket thruster. Flames like to travel upwards. They'll travel up an upright log much faster than one that's laying down. We got the rocket stove really rocking now, friends. Loaded up with fuel. It's pulling oxygen from the bottom. Working great. As soon as that wood burns down a little bit, we'll put that grate on there. We'll put the Dutch oven on there. We'll see how long it takes to boil some water, friends. 24 brick rocket stove. Okay, friends, we got the rocket stove really working well. It's loaded up with wood. I got room for maybe another little piece there. But let's put the grate on it, the metal grate. Let's put the Dutch oven on there. Take the lid off. I got a big old glass of water. Let's put this in here. Put the lid on it. I'm going to start the timer. Let's see how long this thing takes to boil. That's a cold Dutch oven now. I really like that stove, friends. Super easy to make. Anybody can make this. Men, women, grandma, grandpa, children, grandchildren. Practice your skills, friends. Don't wait. Don't wait for a grid down situation. Practice now. I want to lift up that Dutch oven and move that cast iron grate over a little bit. Like so. The legs on that Dutch oven are falling through the holes in that grate. So that's something to keep in mind, friends. That's why we practice these things. But I got that heat coming right up through there like a rocket thruster. It's hitting that Dutch oven. We are at 2 minutes right now. Oh wow, friends. That thing's already ready to boil. Let's take a look inside. That thing is boiling, friends. Look at that. I needed to clean this Dutch oven anyway, so this is good. All right, friends, there you have it. About 2.5 minutes to boil those 2 cups of water. The rocket stove doesn't mess around, gets right to the point. I got that airflow coming right up through there, and it is doing its job, friends. Look at that. This Dutch oven needed a good cleaning. I'll let that boil. I'll probably put the rest of that wood in there and let that boil on out. But I love this rocket stove. 24 brick, easy to build. Heat up your house, cook your food. You could do this indoors, friends, as long as you got proper ventilation. Get a battery operated carbon monoxide indicator, and don't forget to ventilate, and you will be good to go. That Dutch oven lid is singing to us, friends. Let's pull this off just for a moment. Let me get this lid lifter. We'll pull this off. Let's put the rest of this wood in here, friends. We'll go ahead and let that boil. That Dutch oven a good cleaning. All right, friends, there you have it. That's the 24 brick rocket stove. Super easy to make, and it boiled that water in less than 3 minutes, about 2.5 minutes in that Dutch oven. Friends, this rocket stove is in my book, Flame and Feast. In chapter 2, there's a section, building and using safe indoor rocket stove, friends. You could do this with the proper ventilation, and it's super easy to build. Also, it'll heat that house. It'll heat that room that you're in. Friends, you got to get your hands on this book, Flame and Feast, How to Cook Indoors Off-Grid with no power, no gas. A lot of really good information, friends. I'll leave a link to this book. You can get your hands on it. You can go to my website, GeneralPattonBushcraft.com, and you can get the PDF. Or if you want a paperback version or the Kindle version, you can go to Amazon. They do take a lot of the royalties. If you can deal with the PDF format, please go to my website, www.GeneralPattonBushcraft.com, friends. We're all about bushcraft, but we're also all about self-reliance, being able to not only survive, but to thrive off-grid. Again, get your hands on this book. It's loaded with a lot of valuable information. Don't wait till it's too late, friends. All right. I appreciate everything you do for the channel, all your views, all your likes, all your shares, most importantly, all your comments. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this 24 brick rocket stove. Super easy to make. Anybody can make it. And again, I'll leave a link to in the description box to the book, Flame and Feast. And before you leave, please consider subscribing. If you feel so inclined, if you like these videos, you can buy me a coffee. I got a link for that. And there's a link to my Amazon storefront, General Patton Bushcraft and Self-Reliance storefront on Amazon. A lot of neat, good, useful bushcraft tools and self-reliance tools. So those 3 links will be in the description box. And give the video a thumbs up, friends. All right. Please, please don't depart from the faith. And if you haven't already, give your life to Christ. Do it today. Don't wait. And as always, God is good. God is great. I see y'all on the next video. Already got a date. Building and using a safe indoor rocket stove. Right there, friends. A lot of good information. Flame and Feast, the off-grid cookbook for safe indoor cooking without power. Thanks for stopping by the channel.